Okay, so yes, in the previous lectures also we have already discussed that Sage can give you the LaTeX code. So if you want the LaTeX code for this matrix, so what you have to do is simply type LaTeX M. So here you can see it will return you the LaTeX code for this particular matrix. So this will have an advantage when in the next session I will discuss graph theory. So you can see that what is the advantage of this LaTeX code, right? So at this juncture, I will request Vipin to throw some light on the Sage Tech version also. So he'll tell us few things about Sage Tech. So Vipin, are you here?
Hello. Yes, Shivani. Yes, I am here. So actually, here this code, whatever you are writing down here, suppose Shivani is writing down here the matrix, and this latex code you can uh, you can embed it into the latex your latex file. Since you know that you can create here latex type file also here. So one, if you create one latex file, Shivani, just you create one latex file here.
Okay. Just tell me, Vipin, guide me means
New file, yeah, new file.
okay.
And you create one new file, yeah,
Okay.
new file, latex document. Create this file of the type of latex document. Yes.
Okay.
So so here you can see that this is the latex document. You can type it here, and the thing that is written here in the Sage code, you can embed it here also. So if you take any plot type of, Shivani, just you create one plot there by using the
Oh,
command /sage plot.
in this file only.
No, there you are working in linear
Okay.
algebra.
Sage worksheet, right?
You just here in upper portion, you one option is there, plot.
Yeah.
Yeah, you create one plot, any random plot, 2D plot you can create it.
Okay.
So you just compile it, and just you take copy it,
This image.
not code, this code,
Okay.
this,
This code. Okay.
and now you can paste it there by typing /sage plot in the
Okay.
document section, in the document section.
Slash.
Title, make title के नीचे
Okay. Sorry. Sorry. Slash.
sage plot. Now
P
you
is capital or small?
small.
Error it is showing.
Sage plot, sage plot, yeah, type bracket, braces.
Okay.
Now you put, now you put the yeah, command. Now no, bracket will be of middle,
Okay. Curly bracket.
curly braces.
Okay.
Now you,
But it is,
undefined
yeah. Should I run it or
slash, uh, it should compile. I don't know why it is not compiling in here.
yeah, it is showing error.
So just simply, okay, leave it. I'll tell you in few minutes later on how this will work. But the Sage code that you are preparing there,
Mm-hmm.
you matrix code, yeah, you can copy from here, and you can paste it here. So thing will be easy done either here or somewhere else.
Okay,
Or
okay,
in
okay.
overleaf also, wherever you are typing latex document.
Okay. Oh, okay, fine, Vipin. So yeah, shortly he'll resolve this also.
Shivani,
Yeah, yes, sir.
can you go there and can you remove plot? Just Sage only you use it. Sage
Okay.
plot is there, right? Already plot is there, so I don't think plot is required. I
Okay.
don't just I want to just even then mistake error is coming. Okay,
Mm-hmm. Yes.
okay.
Okay, so without wasting any time, let us move forward and we will answer this query as well later. Okay, so we have defined up till now, we have defined a matrix. We have seen how we can generate the LaTeX code for the particular matrix. Now, let us see what all operations are there related to a matrix. So Sage provides standard construction for from linear algebra, means like here you can calculate characteristic polynomial. So m dot and press tab. So here you can see the list, means it will give you all possibilities, means eigenvalues, eigenvectors, everything related to your matrix is here, whether the matrix is symmetric, invertible. So let us pick one and see. Let us say eigenvalues. So it will return me the eigenvalues. So it is coming like this, means the eigenvalues are complex. Here you can see question mark in over here. So what this question mark means, what is the significance of this question mark? I'll explain you by an example. Suppose I have 3.25 and question mark. So that means that your value is somewhat between between the interval 3.24 comma 3.26. So this is what this question mark shows. But if I change my field here, means instead of QQ, if I put here RR, now see the eigenvalues. So yes, it is again giving me warning using generic algorithm for an inexact ring. So basically it wants the exact ring. So for this purpose, we have a concept of RDF and CDF in Sage. So RDF means real double field and CDF means complex double field. So these things are used for the numeric computation. So we will not go into that. That is for machine level. So here you can see question marks are not there. Okay, let us construct the eigenvectors. Okay, so
Shivani,
here you, yeah.
if we change our field to complex, then will it give like eigenvalues will be like a 3 plus I, something like that?
Okay, let us check that also. So here I have taken the complex field. So it is not giving me the eigenvalues in that complex field. Just a second, I'll run it again.
Yes, run the first command, Shivani, once.
Yeah, I forgot to run that, I think. Yes, it won't give me
Yeah, I think
eigenvalue
this.
in. Yes, Vipin.
Sorry.
I'm
It
not
is
understanding why it is not giving.
M dot eigenvalue, you write, I think work.
See, even if it is real, we got complex eigenvalues. Actually, there is no problem. Eigenvalues may be, right?
Yes, right. Yeah, it will give the same result.
Yeah, but earlier, even when Q are real, also we got complex values, right?
But yes, in the case of QQ, there was a question mark.
That's okay. Real part I understand.
Yes.
Since matrix is non-negative entries, one eigenvalue should be generally real. If in particular, this is a primitive matrix, so one eigenvalue is real, we know a priori. That precision is coming now. That's okay. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so let us find out the eigenvectors. So here, when I type m dot eigen, so here you can see the list. What all I have: eigenspaces left, right, eigenvectors left, right. So Sage can do many calculation dealing with right and left. So right left means that vector it is telling it is on the right or is on left. So by default, Sage has the left version of command. So let us plot the eigenvectors left. Okay, so I have to run this m again. Yes, so it cannot give me for the complex field. Eigenspaces cannot be computed for the complex field. So let us change this field and let us work with QQ. Okay, so it is giving me the eigenvectors. So it is in a little bit messy form. Let us try to see this. Okay, so here you can see the eigenvector. So this is the eigenvalue. We have already seen that these are the eigenvalues. So this is the eigenvalue. Then this is the eigenvector corresponding to it. And this is the algebraic multiplicity. And same, this is the eigenvalue, eigenvector and multiplicity. Okay, let us check another operation. M dot. Okay, let us try eigenmatrix. Okay, again this is in this form. So if you want to see the nicer form, so you can simply define that. Show S. So here it will give you in the matrix form. So this is the eigenvalue, this diagonal matrix, it is giving me the eigenvalue, and these are the eigenvectors. So here I have not taken means a nice matrix, so that that's why it is coming very big. So let us define one more matrix. So I think this matrix part is clear, means if you give any matrix to Sage, so what all you can do. So here you can see, here we have characteristic polynomial, and it will also give you the minimal polynomial. So here are the list. So later means you can check
we
it
can
on
ask
your.
now.
Okay, yeah.
We can ask one of them. So first, can you evaluate determinant?
Okay.
Not you.
Yes, you can calculate determinant. You can check whether the matrix is whether the matrix is
No, go.
diagonalizable.
Hello. Go
Yeah.
one by one.
Okay.
Go one by one. So we are asking them to tell the determinant value, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, close it. So let us see. Wait. Give time to them.
Okay.
So one of you, those who computed determinant, please raise your hand and let us know. So I think they not taken the matrix maybe. Show the matrix one more time.
Yes, sir, that's a problem.
Understand. Show the matrix one more time. Okay, those who computed the determinant, please let us know. Okay, Ruby, what is the answer?
I've got 13, sir.
13. Let us see, is any other person get different answer? Yeah, Joel, I think you also got 13, I know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, so let us see. Samhita, you also got 13, I know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay, Sanghavi got it. Okay. Divya Devi, are you facing some problem? You are not a type, it seems matrix, right?
Sorry, sir. I have tried with some other matrix. The last row I have forgot. I mean, I missed
That's
it
okay,
to
I
see.
understand. That's what I'm telling, I guessed it. Okay, no problem. So whatever the matrix you typed, you got the determinant? You can type your own matrix, not a problem.
Okay.
Okay, now can you find the characteristic polynomial now? So request you to find a characteristic polynomial of that matrix. Now you also find, Shivani.
Okay.
So that they can check their answer here. Okay, Joel got it. Okay, Ruby also got it. So is it irreducible or reducible?
Okay, let us see.
So there is a problem. Reducible, irreducible now with respect to field, right?
Yes.
Surely it is reducible in over R. Why? It is of degree 3.
Yes.
Every degree odd polynomial has at least one real root. So there it will completely split. There it will split at least. Product of two polynomials. One is linear and other is quadratic. In complex, it can be split into 3, right? Yeah, let us see. So how do you do that?
Okay. So I have defined it as F dot is I'm not sure because on pressing tab it is not giving me anything. But yes, we can do that.
You are not run, I think. That's why it is happening.
Okay.
You run it first, then you click tab.
Right.
Yeah, Samhita, what is that? You want to say something? Please help us.
Yes, sir. I got this command, which is f dot is underscore irreducible.
Okay.
And that gave me an answer true.
True, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why it came true? Do you know, Samhita?
So because here we are considering a rational field.
Right, correct.
And then this is a polynomial in rational field and it is a degree 3 polynomial. So it must have at least one rational root.
No, that's okay. It is irreducible there, right?
Yes, sir.
So
yeah.
can you, yeah, so if you work, so how do you check here itself irreducible in R?
Okay, so for that okay.
And you do not want to change the matrix. Okay, I do not allow
Okay.
you to change the matrix.
Okay.
But
I take this polynomial, I want to check in R only.
So because can it go like this? Since it is irreducible over here, suppose we assume it to be reducible in reals, then it's going to have some irrational root.
No, see, surely it has a real root, right?
Yes, sir.
So, is it
Sorry.
going to be irrational?
Yes, sir. It has no. It has to be rational only, because if it is irrational, it must have two irrational roots, because even those irrationals come in pairs.
Okay. Okay. So then you are telling that it has only one complex root. That is also not possible.
No, even that is not possible.
So that means that all roots are real for this polynomial.
Sir, I don't think we can test like that, because
No,
suppose
my
it.
intention is that earlier we computed the eigenvalues. We got two complex real complex roots, right?
Yes, sir. Yeah.
So then, so here irreducible is true coming. So that means that there is a problem with the programming language now because of the high precision or something.
Yes, sir.
So what is the comment? Yeah, Shivani.
So sir, so if we change the field in the over here, so it will give us answer according to that in the matrix.
That is okay, but you already have polynomial f, right? Now it is irreducible or not, I want to check in R.
In R.
I do not worry about now what is a matrix and all. Now I have f already with me.
Okay, but here I have defined f in terms of M only. So it is taking the field from M.
Oh, right.
Yeah. Okay, so means next moving on to the matrix operation. So all the matrix operations are means simple. If you want to add two matrix, so you have to simply use A plus B and multiplication A star B. So let us define one more matrix.
Now for this matrix, can you compute square?
Okay, yes. So I have, okay, so first again means every time you are doing something, you have to run your matrix, because in between I have include F.
So why that is so? It is because already M is equal to given, right?
Yes, yes, because up till now, I think for now there's no need, because we have already run the M. Yeah. Okay, so if we want the powers of means second power of this matrix, let us define it as H. So again it is not in a nice form, so let us write it like this. So here this is the first power. So Sage, every time it is means starting from the 0. So this is the 0, m to the power 0 is identity, and this is m to the power 1. That is the matrix itself. I think this is what we have given. No.
That's okay. You can give now 3. That's okay. No problem.
Yeah.
You give 3 now.
Okay. Yeah, this is the m to the power 1 and this is m to the power 2. So yes means this is one advantage over here. So I have seen, this is in this software only where it gives us all the powers up to less than equals to n, means whatever we give here. So in case we want to observe some pattern between the entries, so this is a means a nice platform.
Okay, so Shivani, I want to just say one point. Subject, I am combining subject with this code. See a matrix of this form. So given matrix is 1 1 0 2 0 3 5 0 1.
Yes.
That matrix is actually non-negative matrix, means all entries are non-negative.
Yes.
The matrix theory, in the matrix theory, matrices of that form are called non-negative matrices.
Non-negative, yes.
So now if you square it, now you see that every entry become positive.
Yes.
Those matrices are called positive matrices. So matrices in which every entry is positive is called a positive matrix. Now a non-negative matrix, after some stage, some power, it become positive, then those matrices are called primitive matrices.
Yes.
Okay, so there is a theorem called, if you want, you can write down in your notebook, Perron-Frobenius theorem. So
Yes.
P-E-R-R-O-N, Perron-Frobenius, two persons. Perron is one person and Frobenius is another person. So Perron actually gave in 1907, he given one result that all positive matrices have one real eigenvalue, and that is a spectral radius. Means you will see later what is spectral radius. So there is a one eigenvalue which is equal to the spectral radius, and that is whose that multiplicity is also 1.
Yes.
Okay. Even later, these Frobenius extended in 1912. He extended that result to even primitive matrices. So this matrix now, it is a primitive matrix, my given matrix. Why it is primitive? Because after some power, in this particular case, even at 2 it become positive.
Positive.
So it is a primitive. So because of that, it has one real eigenvalue, which is equal to the spectral radius. What do you mean by spectral radius? I'll take the all eigenvalues and I'll take their absolute values. Okay, out of them, largest modulus value, that is called a spectral radius. So spectral radius need not be an eigenvalue. For example, if I take my matrix as -1 0 0 -1, means minus of the identity matrix, then eigenvalues are -1s, right? Both eigenvalues are -1. Spectral radius is 1. Okay, spectral radius is 1, but that is not an eigenvalue of that. Okay, but if the matrix is a positive matrix or a primitive matrix, more general, then the spectral radius becomes an eigenvalue. Okay, so now the spectral radius is the largest eigenvalue and whose multiplicity is also 1. That is the beauty. So those things you can check later. So the smallest value at which every entry become positive called exponent of that matrix.
Yes.
Now for this matrix, the exponent is 2. So you try to write a program later. Okay, so try to write a program as an exercise that I give a non-negative matrix. I want to find its exponent if it is primitive. If it is not primitive, you have to give it is not primitive. Okay.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So try it just as it is a project like. But why I'm telling this problem here is that now world is going towards machine learning and that stuff. So Google page ranking, everything is depends upon the Perron-Frobenius theorem. Okay, so many page rankings are depends on rankings, actually depends upon this non-negative matrices. Okay, yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so after this, let us see how we can perform the row operations in a matrix. So now I'll introduce the row operation part. So for that, let us define a matrix over here, because every time we have to go or copy and okay, so here is my matrix which we have defined earlier. So yes, in the matrix in Sage, so row column numbering starts at 0. So if you want to swap two rows, so C n dot, let us swap rows 0, 2. So okay, so this is as it is.
Shivani, define something else, not M.
Okay, I have already taken M.
Yes,
Sorry.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah. So here you can see the 0 column is at the last, and this last column is at the first. So here you have many operation. So n dot, like if you want to rescale something. So let us rescale column 0, 2.
So before going, I have one question.
Yeah.
So why we need to write copy? Can I take equal to n equal to m will not work?
Yeah, that will also work.
Okay.
Or we can check right now also. But yes, I think that will also work.
Okay.
Yes, n dot rescale column 0, 2. So this means I want to rescale my 0 column, that is this one, by 2. So here you can see that the first column is rescaled by 2. Okay, so like this means you can practice. You can try one more. Means I think these commands you can try and experiment with the rows, columns, and like insert some rows, add multiple of rows to some row. So yeah, that is an exercise. Okay, so what is the next question? Next question is, can we take out submatrix from this particular matrix? Like if I ask for this submatrix 1 0 5 1, so how to take out the submatrix?
So give some time. Let them do it. Let them try. Yeah, Ruby.
Sir, I have a doubt. In the previous thing, we had found out the characteristic polynomial, right?
Yes.
Separately, we can find out the eigenvalues, but I wanted to find out through the characteristic polynomial as its roots. So what is the command for that, and how do we find out that?
Okay. So actually, given a polynomial, how to find the roots? Now the question is that, right? Simply.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so now you can try it separately here somewhere. Give polynomial x square minus 1.
Yeah, here I have defined this polynomial f only. So let us,
Roots.
What you have to do, f dot press tab.
Solve.
And here you can, here you can see the factors and
solve, I think. Solve x, right? Equal to 0.
Yes, sir, we can do that also, but here there is
R also, maybe something f dot roots.
Yeah, right. f dot real roots and okay, let us type roots. So it is not giving me anything.
Does it consider the field of rationals?
Yeah, rationals,
Yeah,
there is no root,
because
right?
there is
Already
no,
reducible.
yeah, so let us ask for the real roots we can ask.
No. See, already bracket is given. That means that in bracket we can put something, right? Roots
Yeah, in that we
sets.
can type real, right?
Yeah, okay. Okay, now go ahead. Yeah.
So here is the real root, and if you press, if you type f dot complex root, so it will return you the complex roots.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Okay, so let us. Yeah, I was. Yes, we were discussing about the submatrix, how to take out some matrix from this particular matrix. So I want to take out 5, 1, 1, 0 from this matrix.
Yeah, so let them explore.
Yeah.
I want to say that, okay, so they can use the help and something. Oh, let us see 1 minute. So that once they come up, they're on their own, then they will never forget. No? So let them do.
Yes, sir.
Can you please repeat the question?
Yeah, I was saying if I want to take out the submatrix from this particular matrix, like I want.
Do not tell particular.
Yeah, from this matrix.
So they have to type exactly again that matrix, right? If they already have, it's okay.
Yeah. Like if I want to take out 1051 or this matrix 0301.
Is the question clear, Ruby?
Yes, sir. Got it, sir.
So any one of you got, we need to extract submatrix from the given matrix. Okay, Shivani, go ahead.
Okay, sir. So we will type n dot matrix. So I want to take out the matrix from rows as well as columns. So we will use this. So here you can see here there are various commands. If you want to take out the column, matrix from column, and in that you have to type your which column you want. Similarly for rows. Now I want it from the rows and the columns. So I was saying 0 and 2, right? 0, 2 and 0, 2. So this is for the column. Okay, so yes, this was my initial matrix and I want 1051. So this is my sub matrix. So here I have typed this matrix so that you can see it clearly. This was our initial matrix and this is our sub matrix. So you can try if I want this sub matrix 0301. What should I type? What should I do? If I want this submatrix 0301.
That is okay. That is clear now.
Okay. Okay. So yes. So you can means do these operation. You can. This is how we can take out the pieces of matrices. So let us move forward. So okay. So at this point, I'll just introduce. There are some standard matrices like identity matrix, diagonal matrix, So there's a simple command, identity matrix, and in this you have to just type of how many orders you want. So let us say 3, and if you want a diagonal matrix, give the diagonal elements. Yeah, so here is my identity matrix. So here is a diagonal matrix. And like this, you can get the 0 matrix and matrix with all ones. If you type ones matrix, of order 4, so it will return you all the matrices with all ones. Okay, so now let us define vector spaces. So there are many ways to define vector spaces. So let us define V is equals to vector space over which field I want, QQ, comma 4. So it is a vector space of dimension 4 over rational field, or simply you can simply type QQ raised to the power 4. So this is one and the same thing. Yeah, now I have defined the vector spaces. Now let us define vectors. V1 is equals to so here I'm defining 4 vectors.
But one question, Shivani.
Yes, sir.
So what is the use of you defined that vector space V beforehand?
Okay, so means every time, like if I'll define later new operation like kernel, linear independence, all these things.
No,
So
that's okay. You see, to define these vectors, I no need to define V before a priori, right? You
yes,
defined.
yeah, huh.
So
Yes.
yeah, now is these vectors and that vector space V, there is no relation as such at this moment, right?
Exactly, sir. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can means do this directly also, but in order to define means how we can define vector space. That is why I just write it.
But now, so now that vector space with dimension 4, what it actually is? It a random vector space or it is a Q power 4, right?
Yes.
That is it is a 4 tuples, right? That is entire space, right? So so now this V1 and so is, for example, V1 belongs to that V. It will give true.
Yes.
So but so you are saying that that Q power 4 power 4 is your V right now that is entire
Yes.
space actually. Okay, fine.
So yes, what sir has said means if you take any vector, define any vector, and if you ask V1 and V, so yes, it will return true, means there's no need for this QQ. But I have written down here. So I have defined 4 vectors. Now let us construct a matrix from this vector, these 4 vectors. So B is equals to column matrix so it will give me the column matrix of these vectors, and then all the operations like linear kernel. So here you can see, let us suppose I want to find the kernel for this. So again, by default, Sage has a left kernel. Now let us check, are these vectors are linearly p dot. So v dot let us check the linear dependence.
Spelling problem.
Okay.
Dependence.
E, okay. Yeah. So this is means if it is linearly independent, so this will give me a empty brackets. And since here this is linearly dependent, so it is giving me, it returns the coefficient of a non-trivial linear combination equals to 0. So these are the coefficients.
Okay, so but why I need to construct B for that? See, I have 4 vectors v1, v2, v3, v4. So I want to ask directly. So why I need a B? So is it required? B is required. This is one way to say.
Yeah, yes.
Okay.
You can type your v1, v2, v3, v4 in the bracket also. But here I have defined B already. So that is why I have written B.
Yeah, you are typed because to get more information about them.
Yes. Okay, so already.
No. So now they are linearly dependent. So can I ask span equal to entire vector space, right? It is not. It is a subspace, right? Now
Yes.
the linear span of these to the earlier V. So can I? What is this capital V here?
This is capital V is our vector space.
And that vector space only it is checking, right?
Yes.
Good. Now I want to check that these spanning entire V or not. So answer has to come false, right?
Okay, V dot.
Deva, Deva here, yeah. Deva, you have something?
Yes, sir. Ma'am, is B is B a column matrix here, or is it just a set of vectors?
It is vectors, but those are columns. Clear, actually, that is. Those vectors as columns. We constructed a matrix from the vectors with each vector as a column.
Okay.
I think you have something else to ask. Yeah, please again.
No, my question was what type of input this takes. Now we have given it as a matrix.
Column.
And you also, yes, sir. So can we just give V1, V2, V3, V4 without?
Yes, that is also possible.
Okay.
Okay.
Can you show that?
Yeah, see, that's what they see, Shivani.
Yeah.
When somebody asked that one, we need to see that what exactly it will give. Okay. So, for example, see, when they told column you gave, right? If you give row, what it will give?
Okay.
Is it give rows is it rows?
Yes.
Do it fast and do it fast. Just remove column and do row. Small ROW. Do not pressurize, simple, cool. Okay, it is not giving, some problem came.
I think you can just try matrix, which is the normal command.
Okay, so I have to run this.
No, you not run the previous ones.
Yeah.
Can you just remove row and the underscore?
Okay, let us check that.
No, I meant remove.
He's saying only matrix. Now run.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah,
they came as columns, rows, right?
Yes. Okay. Okay, next we have you were saying that V1, V2, V3, V4. Can we check it directly?
They span or not?
Deva
okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Please go ahead. This is also another question. Yes. Yeah. So it is giving the same answer. No, it is giving different answer now. 0, 0, 1, -2, right?
Yes.
Because now the rows are changed. It is now columns are changed. That's good. No. Sorry.
V1, V2, V3, V4. This is what these four vectors what we have defined. So earlier B was a column matrix. So now it is reading at like a rows.
Yeah. Anyhow, see, once we got one combination, there are many combinations are there.
Yeah. Right.
Is it may give different answer? Can you run one more time?
Okay. No.
Okay, fine.
Okay, so next was span. So what was the question? See,
these vectors are not spanning entire V. So I want to check whether it's really spanning or not. I know answer a priori.
Okay.
Yeah, Ruby, you want to ask some question?
So I was trying with the basis. So I tried finding out the basis matrix and it gave me the identity with the standard basis. How can I find the different basis? Like if I want a different one?
Yes, it will give the standard basis only. Means I'm not sure it can give the other bases also. I'm not sure about this. Can it
see,
give the
other basis means now you yourself think about. So it has infinite number of bases.
Yes, sir.
Which
linear
basis?
combination.
How it will? So whatever we write, it will give, right?
Okay.
So if you give, so for example, if I give 3 vectors, then fourth vector it may give. That also may be different. That way we can ask questions. But your question is interesting. Yeah. Okay. So Shivani will talk to Ruby again.
Okay.
Our question. Yeah. But now span is fine. But is it possible for me to find the subspace spanned by these vectors?
Yes, sir. Subspace spanned by these vectors.
That means what is span of B? Now already you found, right?
Yes.
B span of B.
So yes, it is giving us this basis matrix.
That means the dimension of that subspace is 3. Okay, but earlier go little above. So here, so 0, 0, 1 minus 1 bit. Okay, fine, no problem. Good. Okay.
Okay, so now next we will see the linear transformation part. How we can define linear transformation in this. So I'm defining it directly
No. So yeah, one question. Now we'll try to complete Ruby's question. We may try.
Okay.
Now these 3 vectors are they are linearly independent. Now can we extend it to form a basis for V now? Means I want to find one more vector I had to add so that it forms a basis for the q power 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you take m equal to, fine. So now I need to add one more vector, right?
Yes.
So now you can do that. There are one way is that I will append one vector to it.
Mm-hmm.
M dot append 0, 0, 0, 1.
Mm.
Then I'll get 4 vectors and I can check whether it is span equal to entire V.
Mm.
But now the question is that is there any way to find? So again, that is infinite. There are infinite number of vectors which are I can extend this, right?
Yes. I'm not sure, but I think there is a concept of extended basis in Sage, means direct command. But yes,
yeah,
I'm
now
not
we can do now append m dot append.
M dot.
So you open bracket, yeah, now closed bracket 0, 0, 0, 1. Yeah, enter. Yeah, so again give m. What is it? It will give. Let us see.
Okay.
That is not a problem. Earlier only maybe.
Free module submodule field with category object has no attribute append. I think I have yes, I have defined this as M.
Do you have an add row command for a matrix?
Yeah, there is. So okay, yes, we can add okay. M dot.
Not m dot. I think now we are adding row, right?
Yeah, row to some matrix.
So it is a matrix now. This m.
M.
Okay. If it is a matrix, then okay, you can go ahead.
No, it is not reading it as a matrix. Yes. But yes, it is showing it as a basis matrix. But yes means you can use insert row. But see, on pressing tab, it is not giving me insert option.
Okay.
Hmm.
You can add for B now. B already you have with you.
Yes.
Yeah, you can give for B.
B is equals to.
Okay, Shivan, you can go ahead. Later we'll see this.
Yeah, on pressing tab means I don't know, maybe because of network issue or it is not. Yes, means I'll try this later. Yeah. Okay, so next we have a block matrices. Sorry, yes, I was defining a linear transformation. So let us define a matrix. So this is my matrix. Now I want to define a linear transformation. So yes, this is so this gives us the following thing: domain, codomain, and this is the matrix representation. Now again, like anything you want to find it related to your transformation, so you have to use t dot tab, and here like if you want to know whether this transformation is bijective or not, so like this you can okay, so let us, so could you try means can you insert one vector in this transformation? Let us say v is equals to 1 0. You define a vector v and tell me the value, okay, take 1 comma 0 and tell me t 1 comma 0.
You should be specific. Exactly, you ask one question only at a time. What is it you are asking?
Yes, what I'm saying is define one vector. That vector I'm telling as 1 comma 0,
Okay.
and tell me the value of t 1 comma 0.
Right. So few students will do that. Few students can ask kernel of t also, right?
Yes, kernel of t, image of t.
Is it possible to find the
Shivani,
rank and
please
nullity?
show.
Yes.
Okay, so how many of you computed t of 1 comma 0? Okay, Joel, what is the answer?
So 1 2.
So can you tell us that how do you done it? What is what we need to type?
So I type t of in parenthesis v.
Okay, so you define v first. Okay, so
yes, sir. Yes.
So can you type Shivani t of 1 comma 0 directly?
Okay.
No, sir. It has to be in close brackets.
Brackets. Yeah.
Yeah.
So what is a map? Can I find out, Shivani?
Yeah, map. It is means here it is giving domain and codomain.
No. What is that?
Okay,
I want t of
explicitly.
xy. T of xy. I want x and y are variables.
Yes, yes. Actually, sir, that is a little long procedure. So yes, there is a way, means you can check it explicitly, but right now means
Okay, Shivani. I'm just asking. Okay, general natural question comes to everyone, right?
Yeah,
That
but I
only
can
I'm
show the command. Means I have the command. Means it is little lengthy, so that is. Okay, so I'll do that at the end of the session.
right.
Okay, so after that means whatever you want related to your transformation, you can just do T dot tab and everything it will give you. Now I will explain how we can combine matrices in block forms. So let us define one more matrix. Yeah. So here I have A, B. Now I want these matrix in the block matrix form. Block matrix. Yes, so here you can see A matrix is here and B matrix is here. Now if you want identity matrix over here, so you can just type 1 and you will get the identity matrix over here. So this is how you can convert a matrix, two matrix into a block diagonal form.
Can you check what is the LaTeX of this?
Okay. So for that LaTeX, we have to define this. Okay, let us define it as F.
I want to see that those lines also coming, plus also coming.
Okay, okay.
Just I want to see.
Yes, that line is here. And
H line is there. H line is.
Yes, H line is there.
But how dots are coming?
So these
Okay,
dots.
it is array. Oh, it is because of array.
Shivani, can you print show F and we'll see.
Okay.
That is the reason. Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
That
this
the
is
reason.
vertical line and horizontal. So you can delete, means if you don't want these lines, so you can simply do subdivide equals false. So it will remove those lines if you don't want those lines. So okay, so like this, there are all the there are many operation in this. So let us try A dot A dot commutator B. So A dot commutator B, it is giving me AB minus BA. So we can check that also. Okay, it is showing error.
Star you have to give A star B minus.
Right. Huh. Yeah. So A dot commutator B will give you A star B minus B star A. So there are many things still, like decomposition part. We can see the matrix decomposition, like A dot decomposition. Like if you want the Jordan form for this matrix, and similarly there is echelon form. So everything is inbuilt. So any questions till now? Okay, so today we have not defined how we can define define something in this Sage. So actually the commands are a little big, so I'll just show you the like here there is one example. So here is they have defined Just-Gorian disk. So so this is not inbuilt. So first we have defined this how means. So I think so Just-Gorian disk means we want to see how the complex, where are the complex eigenvalues and where are they are lying. So it will look like this. So once you define your Just-Gorian, then it will give you the circles and the positions of your eigenvalues.
So you taken this code from somewhere?
Yeah, I have taken this code.
GitHub. No, you taken from online, right? Somewhere.
Yes.
Oh, okay. Fine.
Yeah. There is a there is a Sage platform where these codes are they have given these codes. So once we give this code and we run this, then it will give us this. So okay, so I'll stop here.
Okay, but before that, do you have any questions? Since
Yeah.
you may have to ask some other things, right? You can ask so that we'll go to the next one. In the meantime, you can take a little bit 2 minutes relax also.
Yeah, one question I have for the participants, they can try it later. So I'll just show the question. Yeah, this is the question. So here I have defined vector space as Q6, and B1 is this and B2 is this. Now W1 is equals to L of B1 and W2 is equals to L B2, that is linear span of B1 and B2 respectively. Find bases of subspaces W1 plus W2 and W1 intersection W2, and later you can find the dimension of these W1 plus W2 and W1 intersection W2.
Okay, see, we'll go slowly. So Q6 you told, right? Let V equal to Q6. But it is not a Sage code, right? Is it a Sage code?
No, it is not a Sage code.
But
This is the question.
No, that's okay. It is a question. So why you wrote V equal to? Why can't just V? What do you want to say from Q6?
Means you can take V also, but you have to define your, because my bases are like this.
No, that's okay. You want to say it is QQ power 6?
Yes.
Type that is okay.
Oh, okay.
Even though it is not a code, it's okay. So that will be clear now. You are taking a vector space of dimension 6 with the field over field Q.
Yes.
Now you taken B1 and B2 and you want to say so linear span, you are already showed them that the span of B1 will give that vector space.
Yes.
At one point of time you asked the span of B equal to V. It given false. So that means it is already computing the span. So W1 I will give span of B1, right?
Yes. V dot
W2.
span of B1. Yes.
Similarly, I'll give W2 equal to V dot span of B2.
B2, right.
And then I want to find their union and intersection. Or
Yes.
plus and intersection.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it is a little tougher question, but anyhow, it is we'll ask in the next class, right?
Mm-hmm. Yes.
But how do they copy these? So vectors are there. They can take their own vectors also.
Yes, they can take their own vector, or I'll post this question in the chat box.
Okay, so if you post it, then it is advantage that all will work on the same problem so that they can check it. Okay,
Right.
fine.
Sir, most don't have chat box.
Yeah, not chat box. There, we'll put it there.
Website, sir.
Otherwise, let them take their own vectors and
yeah.
work out. So they no need to give the answers if they are confident or not confident. They done it or not done it. That much is sufficient. Yeah, Joel.
Sir, in this question, B1 and B2 are the same metrics, I think.
Yeah, that's what. Better you take your own vectors.
Yeah. Means when I was typing, so I was trying something with this. Yeah.
Yeah, you take your own vectors. You just tell us that are you computed or not computed, or so ask us to explain. So that we will do in the next class.
Yes.
Okay then. Is there any other question you want to ask, Shivani?
No, but yes, means participants can try a system of equations, and in the case of linear transformation, there is a method where you can type explicitly your means where you can define variables x, y, z. So you can try that also.
Okay. So now is it possible to find nullity and kernel? Nullity and rank nullity theorem checking and all those can be done?
Yes, sir. Means we can do that. So yes. So for that means dimension t dot we can define this.
Yeah, that's okay.
Yeah.
It is because it is a full rank matrix, so given matrix, so rank is dimension is 0. But what about the nullity? So you see, when you are asked this question, it is also giving the dimension, but I want only the rank, only number.
Okay.
Okay, why every time you are defining some vector equal to and all, not required?
No, sir. वो तो yeah, I have defined. I have already written V, so I thought.
Okay. So can you similar nullity? Can you check?
Yes.
Okay, fine. Already inbuilt functions are available.
Yes.
Okay then, yeah.
Sir, I just wanted to finish about Sage Tech that we started earlier. I
Okay.
think the one thing we missed out is there is a package which is commented. Sage Tech.
Okay.
Bought on line 20.
On line 20.
20, yeah. 21 now. You added an extra line.
Okay.
So you just uncomment that, and if you use whatever weapon side, it will work. This is commented.
Remove the comment. Here only 20.
No, I'm just seeing this /fi. I don't know. It is already there, or I have written.
Okay.
So, yeah.
/fi is already there.
Okay.
No, you can uncomment it. If you remove percentage, it would have worked. Yeah.
Okay.
Now earlier Sage plot also there.
is checked, but still it is showing an error.
I think it will give you an output now, but you need to use figure for it.
Oh,
Slash
right.
begin figure and
Slash begin figure, end figure.
yeah, it now be a warning, but I think it will give an output. If I'm
Yes,
not.
yes, yes. Yeah, it is running. Yeah, we have to define slash begin figure and end figure, right?
Yeah.
That's okay. See,
Okay.
basically we will not do LaTeX here.
Yes.
We'll take the LaTeX command from here and paste there, right?
Yes.
Maximum
Yes.
case we'll do like that. But it is giving that you can work everything in the online. You no need to go to Overleaf or somewhere. That is what I can understand today from you.
Yes. Sir.
LaTeX also can be done here itself, SagePay. That is a good thing I came to know today. I'm not aware of this earlier. Okay, you can stop then.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah,
yes,
Divya.
Divya.
I have a couple of questions.
Your voice is low. Can you be louder?
Sir, I have a couple of doubts.
Yeah,
yes,
please.
Divya.
Sir, can we insert a particular, and since before we have discussed about adding a particular row, if we add a row, then it is inserted in the matrix last row as a last row. Suppose if we want to add a row, then it will be displayed at the end of the matrix which we have defined before, right?
No, it depends on you, means where you have put that command s.insert. Like if you want after the first row, so you have to type s.insert bracket
Oh, the
0.
position.
Yeah,
Okay,
position.
okay. Thank you. Like, suppose if we want to construct a matrix, suppose if we have A and if we want to construct B, where B differs from A only at two places.
Okay.
Can we?
That is a good question, Divya. Okay, I'll tell you.
Okay.
See, you take A equal to ones of 3. Can you type Shivani?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
A equal to capital A equal to ones of 3.
Ones of 3.
All ones,
All
right?
ones. Okay, okay.
A equal to.
Okay.
Now, if you want to put 0 in the first place.
Okay, you want to put 0 at the first place.
Like that, of course, we'll work out later.
Okay.
So can you type A of 1 comma 0 comma 0?
Yeah.
Error is coming.
No. A00 is this 1.
1. Okay. Now can you make it A00 equal to 0? Equal to 0.
Okay.
Right? No. Why you are
Right.
So there you typed A00 equal to 9 equal to 0.
Yeah.
So now enter it. What happens? Now can you type A?
Okay. Yes.
But you want to put some places, right? So then I can use for loops for I in range, for j in range. Wherever I want, I can change.
Yeah. Right. Okay.
So it depends upon our problem. Divya, is it clear?
Yes, sir. Exactly. Thank you, sir. And suppose if we want to display 0.5 as 1/2, can we display like that?
Yes, we can do that. Let's check. I'm not sure.
Can you give 0.5 there?
Because we are working in Q, that's why it creates a problem.
Non-integral real number to integer.
Okay. Can you see what is the matrix? I think once matrix, which field we don't know.
Oh, okay. Here A we have not defined. Means by default it is taking. Here A is this matrix. So field, I think. Attempt. Integer.
No, see, you don't need to go to matrix and all for that. Give some value v is equal to 0.5. So some x equal to 0.5 at the end.
Okay.
Close everything, new go to new command. So complete. Do not go to matrix theory now. Just type x equal to 0.5. Yeah. Now enter and see what is x. Now type x.
Oh.
So now she wants 1 by 2, right? X as 1 by 2. How do you get it? First, if you answer, then we'll see the matrix part.
Sir, I just figured out the matrix part.
No. First, can you answer this? Actually, she is asking this part only, not in the matrix.
Yeah.
So now can you? I want x as a 1 by 2, not as a 0.5 like that. So how do you do that? Rekha is also here. Any one of you can help.
No, this will not work.
This we defined means Rekha defined this thing that means if we divide something, so if we are not putting n.
Actually, I know how to convert that fraction part into the decimal value, but I'm not sure about how to revert the operation.
Means you did something now with some command that fraction part is returned as fractional part.
Right.
Then you did something, so it was in decimal form.
It's like suppose if x is 1 by 2, then I need to write x dot n, and in between the round bracket I have to mention the number of digit.
But means if we are not mentioning number of digits, so it will not return as 1 by 2.
I guess no. It will return 1 by 2 as 0.5, but not 0.5 as 1 by 2.
No. We want 1 by 2 as 1 by 2.
Okay. Try that 1 by 5. Take y is equal to 1 by 5. Now try it.
Yes.
Yeah, it is giving 1 by 5.
Again, type 2, Shivani.
Oh, anyhow, it will give, but
yes.
So now y dot n open bracket.
That will y dot n.
Right. Okay. Now you need to go back, right? That is what Rekha also telling. So how to go from 1 by 2 to 0.500, that is okay. But how do you go back? So y dot n 3 you can give. Y dot n brackets में 3 दीजिए. Just give 3. Right. Okay. So these are fine, right, for us. So now z is equal to y. So give y. Z is equal to y point n. Y point n. No, below wala. So take it z equal to y point n brackets, no numbers. Right. Now we need to write z as 1 by 2 only. How can you do that? That is a question, right? Now I want z as a 1 by 2. So can we do like this? There may be a syntax for that, but what we can do is that we can multiply it by some number and then we can get easily, maybe, right?
Yes.
So Divya, you are asking exactly this, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Because why I'm asking this question means when we compute the eigenvalue, it is lengthier, 3.00 something. So if suppose it would be represented like 3 by 20 like that, for seeing and observing some pattern, it would be much helpful, sir.
Right.
That's why.
Sir, I found a trick for that, but you don't exactly write 1 by 2. You can type z dot tab. I think there should be as an integer ratio. But it will give us a tuple.
Okay, fine, good. That's okay, good.
Yeah.
That is what we also want. Later we can convert it into, we can write a small code.
Yes.
So that we can A by B कर सकते हैं. Yeah, so yeah, some questions look simple, but they are sometimes difficult to convert it into. Yeah, anyhow, we can work out this much more properly. And main question, her question is that eigenvalues we want to write as a fractions or something, right?
Okay, yeah.
But that problem is not only here, that is even there in Mathematica, MATLAB, anywhere the same problem will come. Yeah, there also we need to do something to get it. Yeah, now Rekha.
I got one command about it. Can you just sorry. Can you please try x dot exact?
Yes, that gives the correct thing.
Rational.
Ruby want to tell that actually.
Yes, sir.
And then round bracket.
Z dot. Done.
Yes.
So that part is done now.
Yes.
But her question is not solved actually. So her question is that when finding the eigenvalues, how can you do that? So we need to do again something.
I think so. Then we have to write the code for it, and in the code we have to add that particular command.
Yeah, that is one approach. But is there any direct way also? Maybe possible, right?
Right.
Already. Yeah. But see, if you type in the Google also, somebody maybe already wrote the code. If code is written, direct available also, suggestions will be known. Yeah. So anyhow, we'll proceed it right now. Yes. It is because they are looking for group theory. Many people are looking for group theory.
Yeah. Yes. Right, sir. So I'm unsharing my screen. Thank you, participants.
Thank you so much, Shivani. Today's session was really much helpful.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you, Divya. Thank you. Okay. So now Khyati will present a group theory part. So over to Khyati.
Yes, Shivani, I'm starting. Yes, so now I'm introducing group theory in Sage Math. So can you see my screen?
Yes, Khyati.
Yes. So first I will start defining some groups, well-known groups in Sage Math. So first I am starting with groups of integers modulo n. So what is the command for that? So G equals to integers. Let's say I am giving the value 10. So what is this G? Yeah. So it is returning me as ring of integers modulo 10. So since it is a group with respect to this addition of two integers with respect to modulo 10. So we can do various operations. Means in Sage Math, we can found many properties of groups in by using the inbuilt commands. So suppose I want to find out something about any group, or let's say here I defined some particular group. So what we have to do that we are doing till now, that G dot, and we have to press tab here. So here are many options we can do. So let's say I am choosing here what is the order of this group. So this G dot order, it will return that what is the order of this group. So now can someone tell me that this group is abelian or not? Can you please check this property for this group? That this group is abelian or not?
Kathy, you are also in the Sage platform only, right?
Sorry, sir.
Are you in the Sage or are you in the? You are in also Sage. So then you
Yes,
need to. Kathy.
Yes, sir.
You explain now today because we are not, less time is available.
Yes. So again, this G dot is underscore and then AB, and you can press tab again.
Kathy, increase font size little bit.
Okay, Shivani. Now it's fine.
Yeah.
So I think this tab is not working. My internet is little slow. So if you press G dot is underscore and this abelian, or you can write AB, and so it will give you all the options. So now we can run it.
Ruby has some question.
Yes.
I tried the same thing. I got it for is commutative and I got it as true.
Okay. Previously I checked for this also. So yeah, we can check this. Commutative. Yeah, because it's define it as ring. So for other groups, we can find out this abelian thing also. So yeah, thank you, Ruby. So G dot is underscore commutative. Similarly, we can check many other things with respect to any group. So here I am defining different groups, and there we can also find out the nice properties of the groups. So now I am defining a symmetric group in Sage. So the command is G equals to. So let's say if I am defining S5 in Sage, so I have to give an argument 5. So what is this G? So this is the symmetric group of order 5 factorial as a permutation group. So it will many groups, it will mostly group it will return as permutation group. So order we know. So if we want all the element of this group, so what we have to do, we have to do this by this list thing, G dot list. So what is this A? So yeah, it will give it will list out all the elements of this symmetric group. So this is the command for all the elements of this group, G dot list. So if we want to find out the element of all the element of this group, so for that we can define in this way, X dot order, X dot order for X in A. What is the order of elements in this list? So yeah, this is the answer. That in this order, this list is starting from 0. So these are the orders for the elements of this symmetric group. So we can find out these things for other groups also. So now in this list, if we want to find out the order of some particular element, let's say the sixth element of this list. So for that, what is the command? So this A5 dot order. Sorry. Yeah. So it will give the order of the sixth element. As you can see that it is 4. So that is for some particular element. And one other thing that
Kathy,
if you
Kathy,
yes, sir.
when
Yes,
you are
sir.
doing like this, first give A5 also and A5 dot order also, both, so that both element will come, order also will come.
Okay, sir. Yes, sir, that is good. We can check that. What is the element? Yeah. So this is the element A5 and this is the order for this.
Right.
Yeah. So now this is a big list. Means S5 has 120 elements and this is the order of 120 elements. And it is also tedious, means at 6th place, first I have to check what is the element, then order. So if I want to find out order of some element, I know what is the element of the group. So we can define that element first. So I am defining that element. So like I want to find out this order of this element. So now G dot order. So it will give 1 second. I don't know why this error.
Kathy, bracket means you have used colons, means you have to use means rather than this.
Yes,
you have to use single colon.
Okay. Yes. Sorry, I have to bound this.
One more bracket, please.
Yes. So sorry, sir. Now I found my mistake. So that double colon will also work, means this double inverted commas. So I have to put here the group name G also, because I defined two groups as G. One is my integers modulo n, and another one is symmetric group. So here I have to mention G also.
G dot not required. Okay.
Sir, yes. So here this G was missing, so that was the error. So now this from the element, this G is from G, so its order is 3. So yes. So now if we want to find out that for some particular order, how many elements are there in G, so there is one command for that also. So I'm defining here this P equals to remember we defined the list of all the elements of this S5 as A. So X for X in A, if X dot order equals to, let's say, 2. What is the list P, means which element are of order 2, and what is the length of this P and how many elements. So yeah, so these are the elements in this group S5, so which have order 2, and they are exactly 25. So this is quite important, important command because this we use many times, and Sage is giving us the answer with this with these inbuilt commands. So now I am moving forward. Any question till now? So yeah, next I am moving towards the subgroups. So suppose by H I am defining the list of all the subgroups. So G dot subgroups. So what is this H? Or in some nice way, if we want to see, so show H. So yeah. Yeah, so these are all the subgroups of this group S5.
So can you count the length LEN?
Yes, sir. Again, we can find out the length, len H. It will give how many subgroups are there. So they are 156. So
is it possible for me to find a cyclic subgroups of from this?
Cyclic subgroups. Sir, yes, means we can find out cyclic subgroups also. So means I have to define something means for cyclic, like for some particular order. So we'll give.
That
Sir,
is okay.
I
You
am
can
defined.
proceed. Yeah, you can proceed whatever you plan, but I'm just asking. Later you can.
Yes, sir, I can define that. Means I will try that also. Like means suppose if we want to find out some like subgroups of order 5. So like that means in that if we put if subgroup is cyclic, means K is cyclic, so maybe it can return something. I will try that. Yeah. So yes. Now if we want to generate some subgroup with some element, so first we have to define elements. Like here I am defining G equals to element again. Actually G I defined first, so now yeah, I can define some H. So it is, suppose I'm taking this. So now I'm defining K as G dot subgroup, and it is generated by G and H. G I defined first. So what is this subgroup? So yeah, so this is the subgroup generated by these things. So suppose if I want to find out that this subgroup is normal or not, so this K dot is underscore. So normal. So yeah, it's false. So this is not normal.
Also find the order of the subgroup.
Yes, sir. That is K dot order. So the order is 6. And K dot list will list out all the elements of this group. So yes.
So can you type here K is cyclic? Can you check?
Yes, sir. Yeah. So it's false because it's generated by 2 elements, so it's not cyclic. So yes. Sir, can I check that thing? List of all cyclic subgroups.
No, that's okay. See, you take one element at a time and check cyclic or not, right? If yes, then only it will give. Now we can write program easily, but is there any command that I am just
Yes, sir.
for?
Yes, sir. Means for that in the list we have to define like K from H.
Yeah, that's what. That is what you are telling code. You are writing
Yes.
code.
Yes, sir.
I'm just asking without any code also, is there anything? Of course,
Okay.
that's okay. That's okay. That is now clear.
Yes. So similarly, we can check that K dot is simple. So yeah, false. It's not a simple group.
So we have very less time, so let them ask some questions so that we can answer them, right?
Yes, yes.
We'll continue in the next class, remaining.
Okay.
Yeah, so you can ask some questions so that in the group theory, so we'll directly attack those problems. That will be beneficial.
Yeah, like means if we are defining some group, so if I want to find out the center or centralizer of some elements, so those things we can also find here. So the command is like that, means group, and then you have to press tab, and there are the options center and centralizer. Similarly, you can check groups are nilpotent or super solvable or solvable. So that is also one interesting thing. And many things you can do, means you can find out cosets and conjugacy classes and group homomorphisms. So there are inbuilt commands for that. So means I think in group theory we can use everywhere Sage Maths. Means I'm not aware about many things, but yes, we can see the reference manual also. So Sage is covering a large area in group theory. This is.
If you have any specific question, you can ask so that we'll concentrate on that. Otherwise, can you show that manual?
Yes, sir.
Sage group theory manual. Yeah, help.
So here we can go in mathematical structures. So groups. So here, if I am going here examples of group. So yeah, you can see that these are the groups which are predefined in Sage Math: symmetric, alternating, inclined, four quaternion, cyclic. This complex.
Can you increase the font a little bit size?
Yes, sir.
All right. Yes. Yeah.
So these are the groups. Matrix groups, finitely presented groups, affine groups, Lie groups, this Coxeter reflection and related groups, and other miscellaneous groups also. So many things are here.
So can you show dihedral group? If you click it here, it will give code.
It will give the codes.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the command dihedral group 1 or 2, means if we want, this is the value of n, means dihedral group of order 2n. So this argument is n. So yeah, this is the command if we want to find out the generator. So this g dot gens. So it will give the generators. So this. Generalized dihedral group also. Yeah. We can define here elementary abelian groups, and we can check that any group is P group or not. So we can define free group also here.
Free group also. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So nth roots affinity के बारे में कुछ multiplicative group.
Yes, sir. So that is also here. This permutation group. If I will put here that permutation group 5. So it will give the fifth roots of unity. So similarly, so that is the thing here, means. And especially they are defined many operations with respect to those permutation groups.
Okay.
Special commands for them.
Okay, then okay, we will stop here. Okay. So you were introduced to groups, how can they check? So if you go through carefully, then next class will go a little faster. We'll answer to the specific questions. Otherwise, we will do many things, yeah, related to group theory, followed by graph theory and number theory. in the next class, last class. Okay, thanks for attending. Still you can ask any questions you have.